Yeah, there we go. I was like, what the hell, man? I'm live, but I'm not on. I'm not there. What's up, everybody? Good to see everyone. OCD Mikey in the house. Um, I'm glad to see everybody. It has been a while. It's been a melee, man. You guys are keeping me busy as heck. I sold 4 pair of speakers and shipped 4 pair of speakers this week. It's absolutely nuts. I'm making crates like every day. I'm going like locally and on like pallet hunts to go find good pallets because I've used all the pallets that I have on hand. So it's good news. It's good news. The stronger I get, the more fun we will have as a tribe. You guys keep giving me your business, and I promised you that I would bring great things. And the only difference between that the other dealers have the edge, let's say, that the other dealers have had on me since I started this. The only thing those big dogs have on me is money, right? They got more money, but not for long. Not for long. I'm coming up, chomping on their heels, and I'll take a big bite out of the out of the market. Now, it may not even be the same people, but let's just say, and actually, I think it's not. My people find me, and I think it's a different end user or a different buyer. So more great stuff coming. More great stuff coming. I talked with Fisher and Fisher. The $80,000 speakers are on their way. The big dogs. They're not on their way. They're not finished yet. They're still building them. Probably happen after Munich. I'll get them. But super amazing speakers, 650 pounds each, and giant dual subs on there. They're going to be something else. It's going to be something to contend with. So so that is coming. So let's see. Oh, I will start. See if I have to do anything. Let's see. Can this guy even afford professional? True. Look, we got a home theater nerd here. Home cinema. You're in the wrong place, my brother. We don't give a shit about home cinema. Please disperse. THX cinema. Why do I got cinema guys here? We don't give a shit about THX. Showtime. Yo, what is up? Namaste, Mike. Greetings from a huge Audio Note fan. Cool. Anand, good to see you, man. Yo, Mike, what's up, Jason? Good to see you, brother. Talking to Jason. He's in line for an MPD8. Do I have a new logo on my videos? It's coming. Yeah, I have one that I put up, but it's not finished because I'm waiting on a line drawing. You know how I had that other line drawing on my face? I'm waiting for a new one with this look because my old look is old ponytail look. So once I get the new line drawing, hey, if anybody that is watching is an illustrator, I could use a real high-level illustrator because I need a line drawing done that I can reproduce. Anyways, and then I've got, like I told you, man, I've got a guy who works in Hollywood who made me that stinger, the animation. So I've got a new logo. Oh, you asked about the new logo. You're right. Let me show you the logo. The logo is pretty kick-ass, man. It looks like this. Let's see. Forgot my artist name, but he is good at certain things, but I don't think he's getting the line drawing right. Okay, here we go. So this is my logo, OCD. So that's coming up, OCD, and then it'll say Hi-Fi Guy underneath. It looks like a power button. We may make it glow when you click it. It's pretty badass. The big game's coming, you guys. I've just been catching up basically and getting and stacking my cheese. And you guys are helping me. Thanks again for that. And you're gonna see great things that are gonna come. We're gonna hit the industry by storm. They have no idea what's coming, and they totally underestimate the power of the Hi-Fi tribe. They think it's funny, and it's wait till we bring what we're bringing. What's up, Charles? I'm glad things are going well. You deserve the success. Thanks, Neil. I appreciate that, man. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Leo. I'm a Leo. When is the Munich show? Shit, like 2 weeks, man. Hey, you all, Cowtown Audiophile. What's up, David? Welcome. Osio, Danielle. You got me. Yeah, right on, David. Hello, Mikey. Thank you for being the shining light in hi-fi. You bet, buddy. I will make it better. As this thing gets bigger and bigger, the greater and greater things will come. And what's going to happen, which is pretty cool, is you all are going to be more and more involved than you have been up until now. Right now, it's kind of been like, holy shit, I'm building it, and it's all been kind of myself. You guys are going to be the new what shall we say, like second gear, we'll be having a lot more involvement with the tribe. We'll be increasing the enthusiasm, and it won't be just me. It'll be us together. I think I gotta go like this. I was told by my camera guy, my Hollywood, I've got some Hollywood guys telling me top third for photography. I got to be in the top third of the frame. That's the rule of thumb. Charles is in Hollywood. Isn't everyone in hi-fi welcome, Mikey? Of course, everybody is welcome. I need a character artist. Okay, whatever that is. Look forward to working with you at some point. You bet, Daniel. Likewise, man. For sure. Hey, Mikey, big up, pal. What are those boxes with 3 subs stacked you have? Where can I buy them? Those are Danny Ritchie things. Mine are going to be for sale probably within not too long. I'm guessing. Look, I've got these 1,000.1s coming from Fisher & Fisher. I am going to hedge based on how good the smaller Fisher & Fishers are, that they're top of the line will put my panels out of commission. The only reason I've kept those stack subs, they're servo subs. The only reason I've kept them is because I haven't been able to beat that setup yet. I've got my fingers crossed that with this big Fisher & Fisher setup, I'll be able to surpass them. I will happily get all that shit out of my room. I really want to simplify it. And that will be fantastic. So you could look at GR Research, see if Danny still has them, but you have to build your own box, brother. And I have a professional PA cabinet builder, so they use their CNC machine to cut it, and they radius the edges, and they did the professional job the real way. But if you buy Danny's flat pack kit, you're going to get some janky ass DIY looking thing. Unless you are a seasoned woodworker and you know how to make woodworking and do joinery that looks good, it's going to look janky. Danny and GR Research sells kits, man. He doesn't, as far as I know, he doesn't sell anything that they put together. Cool logo. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it. Morning, Mikey. Respect from rural Victoria, Australia. Good to meet you, man. Please, Mikey, right now I'm torn between TAD CE1TX or Fisher SN370. Listening room is 5 meter by 5 meter. What is that? 15 feet by 15 feet, roughly. Fisher is much cheaper. TAD is a display model. How much for the TADs? That's what I want to know, and I'll tell you if it's worth it. Tell me how much for the TADs if they're display models. It's on your recent F&F 570. Yeah, that is my not finished Stinger. It will be. I've made edits. There's edits coming. It will be fine-tuned. I put that up just because I wanted to put something in there, but it will be better. We have to finish it. It'll get finished next week. Hello from Hamilton, Ontario. What's up, the Great White North? Hey, Michael. I used to live in Oakville, Ontario. Oh, okay. So got another Canadian. Wong, evening, Mikey. Are servo subs the best match for Magna pans? I would say yes. Wong, tell everybody how much you like the DAC that you bought from me. Wong bought Stello, and he was willing to fully go on. I love people like Wong that just trust my ass, that don't need to know shit about what I'm selling them. And Wong was one of them. He took like one night and said, look, I trust you, bro. Send it. I sent it. He's like, dude, this thing sounds awesome. You can tell us, Wong. And $3,000. And the thing's got a beautiful metal remote. It's a remote control. It's just, it was my reference at one point. It was my best DAC. I've got a line state. I've got, man, anybody anybody want Magnapan 3.7 eyes? I've been clearing out. I've got 3.7s that I have completely modified that are freaking badass. I've made them stiffer. I put stands on them that are, so they're super rigid. They don't look like old fogey stogie Magnapans. They look really modern and cool with the cool polished aluminum edges on them. And they're for somebody that wants to do a little bit of work to get them totally dialed, I'll sell them to you for $4,000 cash, plus shipping, or come and pick them up. And trust me, it's a retarded deal. I've completely taken the crossovers out and rewired them with pure silver foil, WBT next gen binding post, pure silver binding post. It's a sick. I went OCD squirrel food on this build to show how badass Magnapans could be with a wicked build, and that's how these are. And so somebody come and take them. You know, if you want me to do all the final little touches, they just need some little final touches to be like a perfect thing for sale. If you want me to finish them up, then it would be, man, I would need another couple grand. I would need $6,000 if I'm going to get them all perfectly, all the little things finished. And it's just cosmetic shit. So that's that. Anybody, let me know, man, because I am clearing out my stuff. I've been purging everything. People are calling me. I'm giving them ridiculous deals. Anybody want a Nat Audio 805 integrated amp? I'll let you have it for $2,500. It's an $8,000 amplifier, 805s. I'll let you have it for $2,500. It's heavy as shit. It's 100 pounds. You'll have to come and get it, or I can crate it, and you'll pay for crating and shipping. Oh, so servo subs are the best match. I understand that Hi-Fi Rose, which is Cruiser Streamer, is excellent. Planning to run it with audio note, balanced tube DAC. Cool. I mean, I have, yeah, Hi-Fi Rose is not bad. You know, it's decent stuff, man. It is not as good as audio note, not anywhere close to that level. But it is good, you know? And again, every little reviewer is going to tell you it's the best thing they've ever heard, because that's the way they talk about shit. Yo, Mikey, hi from Montreal. What's up? Dave listens to Hi-Fi. The new Stinger logo looks great. Thanks, dude. I'm glad you like it, man. This is Big John, by the way. He's an adventure rider. It'll be better, man. We've got a couple tweaks on it. I got to get it perfect. Is it true a wall surface of equal distance, basically a square, the worst room to work with? Room treatments work. Yes, it is true. Your worst enemy is a perfectly square cube room enemy. You know, you're going to get reflections that magnify. It's horrible. And room treatments totally work. And in a cube room, you absolutely need them. Subs are going to struggle to keep up the big boy F&F speakers. I don't think so, man. The subs are going to struggle. Yeah, the subs will struggle to keep up. It's going to be a tough call, man. I mean, we're talking about 312s versus dual 10s, but those 312s are open baffle. These dual 10s are sealed cabinet, and they're what do they call it? Reinforced force. I can't remember the name for it. Forced compression or something like that, or compression reinforced. Basically, they're two drivers faced towards each other, and they work together to make a wave come out of bass that just goes out, and it's open on all sides, right? Because it's like two stacked subwoofers facing with the woofers facing each other. So they couple and make much stronger bass that way. So it's going to be pretty badass. It will for sure. How dare you modify the Magnepans? They are perfectly made. Well, I never said, and see, you're not even listening. See, this is the other thing. You don't even listen. They're not perfect. For $1,000, don't slag the brand. Can they be improved? Of course they can be improved. Yes, they can. Magnepan is made to be under a certain price point. And so I took them farther than Danny's ever taken a Magnepan. Let's put it that way. And that's what you're talking about. I took them way farther. Mikey goes to 11. Why do you think the shit's called 11 stereo? Because I take it to 11. And so I took them the 3.7s to 11. That is a steal for the rebuilt 3.7s. I know, dude. I'm giving them away at 4K. It's retarded, but I don't care. I want them out of here. Stello D700 with the staccato op amps is so good. It makes me want to hear the MPD8, which you say kicks the Stello's ass. It's a different experience. It's a different experience. They're incrementally better sonically, but the playback designs have something that supersedes sonic. It has to do with feeling, and that's what the other DACs can't do. Bring back the old Mikey. The new Mikey is like the nerd who got popular overnight and now too cool for his old nerd buddies. All about the money and ego now. What's about my ego, John? I don't have any ego. I mean, I guess everybody's got some ego, but it's not all about the money and ego. You know, if it was all about the money and ego, I'd sell vinyl. I'd sell turntables. I'd sell phono pre's. I'd sell fucking headphones. Okay. I would sell different brands. I would sell shit that I can sell in my sleep, like that didn't take salesmanship, like fucking excuse my language, like Macintosh or Boulder or Magico or Sonus or Estalon or, I mean, if it was all about the ego and money, I could make a lot more money than I am right now. What it's about is what you're vibing from me is I don't fucking give a shit anymore. Okay. And too many people are on YouTube being audio wigs. So it's like, I just look at that and I'm just, and all you monkeys, maybe you're not one of them, but all the monkeys, okay, jump to clickbait. And I can't stomach doing clickbait anymore. I can't stomach making videos that are drama because I know it's going to make the monkeys click on it. It's like I'm training dum-dums. And not only that, but the more I'm online, the less I'm connected to the real world, the more unhappy I am. The online realm is not healthy. Okay. You need to get out and touch grass. Okay. Maybe you know that term and where it came from. Touch grass. Okay. The online world is bullshit, and it's full of bullshit. And I choose not to be, not to make you guys, when I first started, I did all the little tricks that the other guys do. I employed the tricks. I knew what tricks to use to get you guys to click, and it worked. But I can't keep that up because it was an experiment to see, can I make people click? Yep, I know how to make people click. Train wreck, okay? I could do that, but there's no skill in that. There's no genius in that. It's like just every person is doing the same manipulation technique. I prefer to be different. I prefer to do something that is just not every Tom, Dick, and Harry doing a train wreck. Okay. Some dramatic thing. Oh, so dramatic. Oh, the best thing I've ever seen. Oh, the most amazing thing. There are certain words I knew exactly which ones to use. The best. Okay. put in the best, there's 4 million. If you hashtag the best, you get 4 million videos that pop up. So the best is clickbait. Audio, just audio, no high end anything, just straight audio. Tons of videos under audio. You know, there's different words that we know to use to clickbait your ass. And after a while of doing it, man, and making the monkeys jump and learning how to train the monkeys, I realized I don't feel fulfilled by being a monkey trainer and teaching monkeys to do tricks. Where it means really what I came to this for was to build audio systems and to make people happy. I'm not here to make videos. That's not my job. Okay. This is what I do to let you guys know about my job, which is selling you audio systems and creating audio systems. And I get far more fulfillment from that. The people that I work with, I mean, I could go through my texts from the last couple of days of people that are receiving the stuff that I've sold them. And it's utterly amazing what I mean, it's how I get my fulfillment. Let me see if I can find a couple for you. Here is one. Oh, look, I just got a text. Put me in line for the GR subs and 3.7 Magnapans. So you got to tell me. Oh, it's Wong. Okay. Okay, brother. You deserve it, man. You trust me, and you know I'm not going to steer you wrong, man. Those 3.7s are retarded, what I did with those. Jono is even on here talking about it. And then we'll get you those subs, too. You'll have a 6 system for pennies on the dollar. I want to tell you, let me see. Here we go from today. He received his Fisher & Fisher for 770s today. Greeny, and he's going to come on here. This system sounds ridic. Okay. Here is absolutely stunning sound. It sounds like I'm finally getting my money's worth. So, I mean, and here's another one that I will from the other day that was really kind of touching in a way, you know. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but it like touched my it touched me right in the feels, right? Like it pulled my heartstrings. Check this out. And this guy, I sold some amplifiers, some brand new Nat Audio, the big tube amplifiers. He says, so look, I don't want to get sappy, but I need to say this. I'm going through some major life hurdles right now. I started a company when I was 15 years old, have run it for 35 years. About 5 years ago, we sold most of it to a horrible private equity firm who is now trying to squeeze me out. It's been a level of hell I would not wish on my worst enemy. This has been brewing for almost 2 years. On top of that, my father passed away a couple of weeks ago. It's been a hard time. When I fired up these new amps, I threw on Bridge Over Troubled Water, and I had this weird feeling. I couldn't place it. Then I realized that feeling was pure joy. I have not felt joy in so long, I didn't even recognize it. This was a really wonderful perspective shift. That's what I live for, okay? So I'm not going to do old Mikey clickbait bullshit drama like clickbait to train your ass to jump when I want you to. There's other channels for that, and there's plenty of other channels. If you want drama, go to the drama channels, and you guys can play drama. You can play dress up. On some channels, you can play dramatic, you know, reveal on the other. But for Mikey, you're going to get no nonsense bullshit. I'm relaxed now. I don't care about I've got 25,000. I don't care if you grow to 75 or I just have 35,000. My sales are in check, and that's what I came here for. And the reason my sales are in check is because I teach you guys. I don't make you pay for my opinion. You can call me up and I will give you my opinion. I don't charge. I talk about brands that I get behind. So no, I'm not going to do the old Mikey. I'm sorry. I may do funny shit. I'll still, you know, will be, you know, all there. But anyways, so I just wanted to go back to that. I'm not gonna stick on that. Hyperbaric chamber. Yeah, man. And the Puritan 156 is no better than my old monster. Okay. Guess what, John? Suck my dick. Okay. That's where you go. You know, you're a troll and you can suck it. Okay, so there's the old Mikey. How's that for old Mikey, bastard? Square are very hard to work with. However, not impossible to get it to sound great. What are square? Oh, the room. Yeah, totally. At John 4P, controversy in picking a fight. Douche. He's gone. He's a douchebag. We know he's a douche. And you know what's funny is these guys come in and they're probably other dealers. And they hide behind names or whoever they are. But we all know. I just got a text. John FP is a troll. Charles is picking it up. We all know you're a dickbag, dude. So you're gone. I should now. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to make a video of a just to show you guys the vitriol. How I'll tell you one thing. There are people in the industry that are very threatened by us, the Hi-Fi Tribe, and by Mikey. I went into this last time, but I'm going to make a video about it to really show you guys. You guys have no idea how weak these people are. And they're so scared, you know, that someone's going to come in and eat their lunch. So I've saved some guy from New York. He's a blue collar from New York. He talks like he's worse than you can't even barely understand this guy with this freaking accent. He lays a couple names. He uses names of people in the industry that he thinks are the good guys, right? So it'll clue you into whose camp he's from, right? And this guy thinks that by leaving me messages that it's like he's going to discourage me. What he's done is give me complete ammunition. Like this guy is giving me gold. Every message he leaves is freaking gold that I will share with you guys. I've been saving them, all of them. I've been saving them. And you will hear what this guy sounds. He's giving me gold. It is going to make the people that he names in his video as being, he says he's going to come and take me out. Like he made a threat about Capital Audio Fest. We're going to come and take you out. We're going to come and visit you and take you out. It's like, oh, really? Oh, really? Okay. So that didn't happen. So anyways, I'll play these videos for you, or I'll play the audio for you guys sometime. And you're going to be like, what kind of losers and how scared are they of Mikey? They're scared, man. And that's like this, John at FP, whatever, you know, just trolls, man. If you're trolling me, it's because you're scared. You're threatened. You're afraid that something is coming that's going to knock you out. And it certainly will. Let's see. Another thing, too, that just came to mind is to go to the 11 Stereo Forum. Go to the 11 Stereo Forum on 11stereo.com. There is the forums. And in the forums, there's some great conversations going on. And there's a great classified section that allows you guys. It's the same deals like I give. Like here, let me tell you a little bit more about me and the Hi-Fi Tribe and how I am. When my tribe members want to sell something, instead of me lowballing them and giving them 30% less than what market value is, or 20% less, and then putting them on and selling it myself and making a piece off everything you want to sell so that you can buy that new thing, I let you post for free onto my 11stereo.com. And it's free. It's audio gone for free, okay, on 11 Stereo. And it's tribe prices. So the people that are listing the gear are giving killer prices for the tribe, and less than they would sell for on AudioGone because they don't have the fees, right? Of course, use proper etiquette and caution. You can call me before you buy something and say, hey, do you know this guy? Like I've had that happen a couple times, and I know the guy. I've already who's selling. And I'm like, absolutely, you can trust him 1,000,000 to 1, you know, whatever. You can trust the guy. And same with the buyer. I can say, yep, I know this buyer. He's good for it. If he says he's sending the money, he's sending the money. So go to the forums and check them out. It's good. It's a good resource. This to Steve Gartenberg. I have a better question is why and which advanced new tech is censored so the public cannot find out. His reply, you're nuts. Right, because it's conspiracy theory. So he doesn't believe in conspiracy. That's clear. Let's compare real accomplishments and credentials, Steve. Wrong forum, man. Say that on his channel, brother. Hey, Mikey, you and your big head. Come on, really? What's up, Nikki? How are you, buddy? John 4P, have to respectfully well, you're going to be respectful to that guy? Been watching Mikey's videos for 2 years, and this is a place to find hi-fi truth. What you guys don't understand, and Daniel, let me give you a little feedback. What I'm doing is I'm coming in as an industry insider, and I'm letting you guys know, and I do this on my channel, the hustles that we perpetrate on you guys. So it threatens the sales and it threatens the bullshit that dealers do. Okay. So the ones that are really up to no good are the ones that don't like me because they like to control their bullshit. Another little pocket of that is the New York. It just seems to be New York for some reason. Little posse of hipsters in New York that are part of the audio media and this and sales and brands. They have this little posse and they have their little closed circuit where they've enjoyed fleecing the public. Okay. And when I come in and show things and show behind the curtain, it threatens their sales. Okay. And there will be a paradigm shift in the hi-fi industry. Okay, there just will. People are sick of the same old bullshit. Now, it doesn't make it wrong when people sell high, ridiculously priced gear. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that try and pretend their stuff is a real value when it's not, or people that run shill. They shill the public, or they shill or they do fake retail price. In order to make discounts. There's all these little things that are done that are just not on the up and up. They're just shady practice, okay? And when I expose that, people get upset because they like their little shady practice. So yeah, the people, you guys know that this is a place to find hi-fi truth. Clearly, by the amount of sales I'm doing, people understand that this is a place that I am somebody that can be trusted and that you can put your hard-earned money with me. Send me $100,000 and hope that I send you something. You know what I mean? Because that's what people have to do. People have to trust me. They have to send their money and then hope to hell Mikey's going to send the stuff that I promised. And I do every time. And so that has been building more and more. And the more it builds, the more they're threatened. The worst thing they want is Mikey Millionaire. Okay. Mikey Millionaire is going to bring huge heat, okay? Huge heat, because then they've got somebody on their level of capital, and that's how they're able to sort of big dick the industry, is because they have capital. Some of them made it in software industry, they made it in other places, and then they bring it in real estate, and then they bring it to this business to hustle because it pretty much you can say anything in this industry, but they're going to have met their match once I'm a millionaire as well. Then they've met their match and it's over. And I've got the tribe behind me, thousands heavy of you guys. And we've got locations in every state. I talked about it last time. It's going to be something that's cool. And they're not going to know what to do. So it'll be a lot of fun. Hey, Daniel. Hey, Nick, my brother. What is up? Is there a better example of diminishing returns than high-end audio? I'm honestly trying to think of one. I mean, who cares? Do you want a return from audio? You're in the wrong business, David. If you're looking for an investment, this is not it. Why are you even talking in terms of returns? A return is something you get on an investment. Hi-fi is something you do for enjoyment. Okay. So do you want to talk about returns? Well, what do you mean? You're talking about monetary returns. We get returns in spades in terms of enjoyment, relaxing, escape from reality without drugs or addiction. Hopefully we're not addicted to our audio systems, but I couldn't live without my audio. My life would suck. My life would be half as good as it is now without my audio system. It would suffer greatly. My lifestyle would suffer greatly. Pretty soon we'll have John Greeny come on. He came to talk about the system that I sent him. We've got other people. Wong is here watching. Other people that can vouch for how their lifestyle has improved from introducing high-end audio. You just don't understand it. You're looking at it from a standpoint of investment, which is the wrong standpoint, brother. This is not an investment, okay? It is you paying for an experience. So if you value experiences, then great, because that's what we value. So I hope that helps. Mikey, TAD CE1TX is USD 24K, withstands Fisher & Fisher 370 is 15,000. Holy shit, your Fisher & Fishers are way over. They're way expensive, man. The 370 I sell for USD. Let me see. I'm going to tell you right now. Let's see. I am going to consult my 11 Stereo website, and I am going to look right now to see how much the 370 is, because that sounds 12,900. Okay. That is my full price. It's 12,900. So 15 grand. I get it, USD. So it's okay. But 24,000, it's a way better bargain. Okay. So 24K is USD 15,000 is full price, and actually higher than full price, I'd say, for Fisher & Fisher 370. The CE1TX for 24 is a much better value. The CE1TX and the 370, let me again look at the 370 and see how it is. Yeah. And it doesn't have the woofers of the 470. Yeah, man, it depends what you're after, dude. One's going to cost less, and one is going to be more refined. The TAD is a phenomenal. CE1TX is a phenomenal speaker. I would recommend you buy the TAD CE. If 24K is in your budget, that is the better choice. Okay, I'll help you. That's the better choice, is the TAD. Any tribe members in Springfield, Missouri? Do you know where House Springs is? Outside of St. Louis. I've got some peeps there. Hey, Mikey, are there any Class A solid state amps in the 30K range you can recommend? Why are you after Class A and not Class A B is what I want to know. David, I can't plug your thing. I mean, it's like, there's music, there's artists. David, what you need to do is send me your artist bio and your CD, and then I'll put it in my support the artist page. So I need a picture of you. And if you've already done this, I apologize, but a full bio and then a link to your CD, and I will put it in my artist support the artist section. So I will do that. Someone knock at the door. I don't think so. I heard something. Okay. Okay, Greeny, you're ready, dude. Let me know. Okay. Call now. Go now, man. Let's see. We'll have Greeny go now. Okay, so Greeny will join us. He just came on. So Greeny will be joining us shortly. Okay, I will tell. Kevin is asking about amplifiers, which how much for amplifiers. So any Class A, tell me why you're looking for Class A. I have Class A B amps, solid state. And what you're asking me is an involved question. What I would suggest, and if you're in the 30K range, it takes a me to consult a little bit. I need to know more about the speakers. I need to know more about your type of listening, the room. I need to ask you some questions. Let me give you a proper response, because for 30K, you need something better than one sentence. Okay. Just saying something to you right now isn't going to, hang on a second, Greenie. I got you, buddy. I gotta plug in my speakers. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Coming. I'm just behind. I've got some sort of noise on my rig, so I unplugged the speakers earlier. I won't be able to hear Greenie. Okay, so we are going to add a guest, John Greenie. Hey, buddy.
What's up, man? How you doing?
If I can hear you.
Check 1, 2.
Can you guys hear Greenie?
Hey, everybody. Can you guys hear me?
You see why my speakers are not working? Let me see what is going on here. Hang on a second, brother.
No worries.
Tell me if anybody if you can hear Greenie. Let me see.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Okay,
can you guys
so
hear me?
I'm having technical difficulties. Let me see.
Check 1, 2. Everybody can hear me?
Is that yeah? Okay, so for some reason. Okay, say something, John.
Check 1, 2.
Okay, again.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2,
okay,
3.
So I have something up. I can hear you very quiet. Oh, wait a second. Are you say something now?
Check 1, 2, 3.
No. Okay, so it's coming. It's coming out. One more time.
Check 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
check,
so you're
check,
coming out of the
check 1, 2,
speakers,
3.
but I've got problems, but I can hear you.
Okay.
So
cool.
So welcome, man. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it.
Can other people hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's just super quiet. I'll need to find out what's up with my rig. You know.
In the stream though, is everybody else hearing me?
I think everybody can hear you.
Okay, great. Cool.
Yeah, man. So thanks for joining, brother. John just received the reason I have John here, by the way, John plays in the Portland Symphony Orchestra. So he's got great
Oregon
ears
Symphony
because he's a musician. and John just got the Fisher & Fisher 770s that I had. Playback, or I'm sorry, Jeff Rowland 625S2 and some new Meitner gear and so forth. But so far, what has your experience been? You just got them today, right?
Yeah, I literally just got them today, and the delivery was great. The crating was great. Packaging was great. Mikey delivered big time. The whole process has been super smooth. I flew out actually to visit him in his space to hear these speakers before I ended up spending that much money on them. And they are absolutely phenomenal. Just a quick kind of like how I got here. My first rig was like just some B&W bookshelves. And I remember, the kind of climbing the ladder money wise, and just every step of the way being like, even in the beginning being like, wow, this is an expensive hobby. And then I would put up the stuff and have the integrated amp and everything and the bookshelf speakers, and I'd add subs and I'd be like, yeah, it's cool. It sounds pretty good. God, that's a lot of money. And then I moved up and I bought some other speakers, and then eventually I ended up getting some Sopra 3s, the Focals, and spending like a lot of money and getting really expensive integrateds and all these kind of things. And every time just being kind of like, wow, it's a lot of money. And like, yeah, it sounds good. I think it sounds good. This time through with the Jeff Rowland and the 770s, it is absolutely stunning. Like I was sitting next to my friend and it just blew us away. The quality of the sound, the punch of these speakers is unparalleled. I mean, they hit you in the gut. It's like a Mike Tyson punch. And they're smooth, they're not too bright, They just sound fantastic, and the Roland is just like a killer amp. I mean, this is my first separates, and I got a Meitner Pre, which is great, and it's just a killer. It's a killer setup. My DAC is a used M Labs that Mikey sold me a while ago, SACD player, and it's great. I mean, I did prefer the playback design, but you know, the my M Labs was a good contender, and it was just, I got it used. It was so much cheaper. So maybe someday, even though I think this is my end game system, maybe someday I'll get a playback designs. But just stunning.
And the M Labs came from me too, by the way.
Yes, it did. Yep. So anyway, it's just killer. Like, the whole thing is, I honestly, like, I've only listened for a little bit because I've been running around today, but usually I have to kind of convince myself that the money I spent was good, and this was like smile ear to ear, like, yes, finally, this sounds like a world-class rig. You know, it is a lot of money. I'm not saying that, you know, I mean, this is my most expensive rig, but it feels like the money is well spent. I mean, if this is like what I'm going to experience listening to music on for the rest of my life, potentially, I have absolutely no regrets spending this kind of money on it. And it's just, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Cool. Well, good, man. I mean, I'm glad you're getting that. It's I was just explaining a little earlier. This is why I do what I do, because it's like, I love to hear these stories, you know. I love to hear these stories. And you will have great parties. You'll have people over. You'll entertain. You'll hang out in there, smoke some killer stogies, you know. And so that's just great, man. I'm really glad.
And it's killer. You know, I do listen to a lot of different music, but I do listen to classical, and I've been playing in the Oregon Symphony for, well, since 2010, and we have we have this album where we did Copeland 3, and you know, the last movement is with the fanfare for the common man. It opens with that, and the dynamics on that recording, I've always been like, wow, man, like, you know, real proud of my hometown band, like, we sound good. And I just listened to it on this system, and it was like, I just couldn't believe the amount of dynamics the system has. Like, it just blew me out of my chair. Like, you know, that old hi-fi picture of the guy sitting in the chair with the wind in his hair. Like, it felt like that. I just, and you know what's great too is with the Jeff Roland. I mean, I got the, you know, these are 325 watts per channel. You got these Fisher & Fishers that can really handle like a lot. Like, I was like, man, should I be nervous? I'm going to blow these speakers. They can handle so much power, and they just deliver it with no distortion. And it just was, I mean, this happened with you the other day, Mike, when you were listening to Mahler too, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy, man. I mean, you guys turned me on to a certain piece, and then, you know, more than ever lately, I'm looking at classical. I hear it different than I've ever heard it in my life. And I'm not talking about highs, lows, like the sonic presentation. I'm talking about just understanding it and the feeling and what it portrays. And it's like, it's just heavy duty, man. You know, I mean, nothing else does that.
Dude, that Mahler Second Symphony, I mean, that is what made me want to play in an orchestra. I mean, that piece you listen to. Yeah.
David Gilden asks, what does you play? He plays timpani. John is timpani. Yep.
Yeah. So kettle drums, timpani, you know, they're called different things, but you know, old school term is kettle drums, but some people, if they don't know what timpani are, that's what I usually say. And yeah, it's a very satisfying seat. It's a hot seat, you know, there's a lot to do, and it's a lot of pressure, but it's a very satisfying seat, especially when you're playing really great rep. And Mikey, it's like, dude, that's the whole thing. I always feel like the classical world is kind of like this highbrow, like, you know, oh, it's, you know, high art and high this and that. That's bullshit, dude. It's fucking heavy metal, man. Like, it is, right. It is, you know, I mean, it's amazing. And, you know, if you put in the time, and I told you this before, and I'll tell the people listening now that are really into a lot of music, but they can't quite get into classical. Find a piece of classical music that kind of tickles your ear a little bit. It just needs to be something you'd be like, I think this is cool. I think I like this. And then listen to it over and over and over until you know it like your favorite pop tune. And I always say, like, if you say you guys are Beatles fans, you went to go see the Beatles and they played an entire set of music you had never heard, you would be bored. And that's what happens when people go hear classical music. They're like, oh, I'm going to have this high experience. And then they sit there and they fall asleep. I fall asleep at concerts if I don't know the repertoire. So you got to find something. You got to listen to it, even one movement at a time, until you feel good about, like, oh, I can kind of sing the tune. I know where this is going. Then you go see it live at your local, like, symphony hall, and you're going to be blown away. You're going to listen to it in your freaking, hopefully Fisher and Fisher someday, and you're going to be just freaking blown away, dude. That's where it's at.
That's awesome. Here, I have another question from one in the audience. As a musician, are you able to discern more in the performances on the recordings you listen to with your better equipment?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, to be honest, like, there are things that you literally want, like, I'll hear that I haven't heard before. I'm like, oh my God, like, wow, there's that, whatever subtle instrument that I just didn't even know was in the mix. But as far as the performances, yes. I mean, I'll hear intonation and sloppy playing on any system, but you can hear more nuance, the beautiful nuance of people's playing, when you're listening. And I think having having the musical training, your ears just open up to that. As you train and as you play professionally, you start to hear more nuanced the subtleties. And you want to hear some subtlety, I got a great recommendation. Everyone listen to Leon Fleischer. Two Hands is the name of the album. The first track is The Joy of Man's Desiring. You guys all know it. You all grew up listening to it. It's a Bach. You listen to that. You listen to that performance from that guy, who I think is probably the greatest pianist to ever grace this earth. It is. If you don't roll a tear, listen to that. And that is all subtle. Listen to the subtleties and the voicing, what notes he brings out, which notes he doesn't, how the harmonies are played, and just the touch and the character. That's what great performances are about. It's not just plunking the notes. Listen to that recording, and you guys will be. I'm gonna make some classical fans out of the tribe, Mikey. That's my plan.
Okay, cool. Who was it? John Fleischer?
Leon Fleischer.
Leon Fleischer. Okay.
Yep. Two Hands is the name. Two Hands, because he lost the use of one of his hand for like almost 30 or 40 years, I think. That is. Absolutely. That first track, which everyone knows, I like to play music to people that the music they know. That is awesome, and that's a great thing of nuance. You want to hear the greatest thing ever played on piano? Listen to the Brahms first piano concerto, George Zell, Cleveland Orchestra, and Leon Fleischer. When Leon Fleischer comes in, it is the greatest thing I've ever heard, ever on piano, ever.
Wow.
And a great system will show you just more of that nuance and more of that feeling. I mean, Mike, you were just talking about, dude, it's about feeling good, like about making people feel good, I mean, that's the whole reason, and it's like you as a dealer, like I tell everyone that Mikey is the chef, like he is a private chef. He finds out like what kind of, cuisine you like, and then he makes the system for you. He makes the meal, and he just, it's just, you got to building this was like a soup to nuts system. And we did a lot of talking about what kind of music I listen to, what kind of sound I'm looking for, what kind of emotional content I like, what kind of room I'm in, this and that. It's not like going to your normal like brick and mortar and then having them be like, yeah, just buy these speakers. Oh, I got some good deals on this one. You're dealing with Mikey. You're getting a level of individual tailorship towards what you're looking for. And that's, and also the fact that he freaking loves all the shit that he sells, he owns it, and he's just, it's great. So the being a tribe member is, I have a lot of pride now,
Awesome. Thanks, man. So Eric asked which speakers, the Fisher and Fisher SN 770. It's a three-piece stack. It's a four-way speaker. It's one down from the top of the line. It's made out of slate. and they are $40K.
It's a
Jason
lot
said,
of money, but they're way. I have heard really expensive speakers. These Crush speakers I've heard that cost more than them.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I can only say it so much, brother. Right? It's like because I'm the guy selling them, right? So I need people to like yourself to let people know because I mean, there's only so much I can say as the seller. Let's see, orchestral and symphonic works of genius. He's asking, Zipper is asking, do the speakers disappear in your room?
No. They don't sound like the panel system that Mikey has, which I felt was like it was like invisible. But this punches more. And dude, we compared these exact speakers to your panel system. That's why I can't wait for you to get the 1,000. They punch more than the panel speakers even with the subs. The up it's not the low frequencies. If you're listening to organ music, it's like the upper bass, lower mid range hits you in the gut. And so yeah, they don't necessarily, I mean, yeah, I guess you could say like the music's there, but like the speaker like nails you, dude. It's like I haven't done enough listening to soft music on them yet to tell you if like, oh, I don't hear the speaker in the room. It's just like air. But it's a different experience than a panel. Where I had, to be honest with you guys, the first panel system I heard was Mikey's like top end, and that system it was like magic. It was like, where is the sound coming from? It was just so cool. But I will say that the Fisher and Fishers actually had some advantages over it, and in the dynamics and the punch. And so yeah, I don't know if I answered that question properly.
No, I think you did. And I think more than anything, it's like, well, and I'll be coming up there. And so when I come to Portland, which will be fun. I've never been up to that part of the world. I will tune and we can make them disappear. Making them disappear is just basically where you set them in the room so that the music is coming from where it's not coming from the speakers. It's just coming from like, it's just right there. Looks like you dropped out, Greenie. I don't know if you can hear us. I don't know if you can hear us or not, but I will, when you come back, I will bring you back on there. There you are. Okay. Oops. Can people hear Greenie? I can't hear you, Greenie, this time around. Yeah, let's see. You have to go? You good? You have to go. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right, brother. Thanks. Okay, see you. Cheers. Okay. He's at his son's track meet or something like that. I don't know if you guys could hear him there. I could not, and I need to know if something's wrong with my system or not. Let me go back to where I was. Oh, because I had to scroll down to the bottom. Let me see. I want to go back. Let's see. Where are we? Okay. Yep, we saw that. Okay, tribe members. I'm trying to get my spot. Any Class A solid state. Okay, so I need you to tell me. Yeah, I think I told you to go ahead and contact me, and then I can let you know. Square room, try near field. You don't need to treat the room if you go near field as much. Smash the like button. Yeah, everybody, smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. That's another thing I'm not going to do. Mikey, I've known you now for about 5 years or so, and you're still the same dude. I'm pumped to see you doing so well. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that, Nick. Really cool. Nick says thumbs up. The old Mike has a new perspective, so he is the new Mike. I'm the same Mikey. I just, I've gotten out my venom. I had venom when I came first, and I was pissed, and I needed to be heard because I was sick of the bullshit in the industry, and I pretty much purged, exorcised the demons, I purged it, so I don't have it anymore. And now the biz is rolling, and so I don't care so much. I mean, things are good, so I don't need to do. I got all my venom out. Things are going the way that I would like them to, so I'm happy. On Tech DAC 07 or Denafrips? On Tech DAC 07. So Slawek. Let's see who is on here that I just sold. Oh, he's not on. But somebody has a Denafrips Terminator and the DAC 07. He was like, dude, DAC 07 kills the Denafrips Terminator. Denafrips Terminator is $6,000. So the DAC 07 not only smokes the Pontus, but it smokes the Terminator. Okay, so DAC 07 without a question. Mikey has a Storm. Yeah, that's right. That's just the Office piece. There's more than that. Okay, this community is too small for this level of conflict and animosity. Come on, let's celebrate great sound together. Yeah, absolutely, man. Wait till you hear the animosity. You have no idea of what I have people calling my vendors to try and tell them not to let me sell. Tad had a speaker manufacturer in New York called Tad to try and tell Tad, don't sell to me. Don't sell to Mikey. You don't want him selling. And it's like they just laughed at him. They're like, what a dweeb. What's your problem, dude? He thinks they're on his side. He's got such an ego that he thinks Tad's going to be on his side. It's like you dummy. So yeah, this community is small, and who cares, man? Who cares if I'm in here selling? I don't care if you're selling your stuff, whatever. I mean, it's just keep in your own lane. Pay attention to your own shit. I mean, sell to your own people, and don't worry. I mean, I created the Hi-Fi Tribe so that I sell to my own people. So that's that. And you're right. A month or so ago, I had issues posting for sale ad. Is that resolved? There was no problem. I don't know. If you have a problem, you need to just talk to me, but there is no problem with our platform. I have to approve, and I have approved everything. I approve every single ad that comes through, and I approve them. So don't F with my ice capades, bro. Otherwise, we got to throw hands. Thanks for doing what you do, Amifo. You know it, brother. Amifo. Andrew Singer dies, and Mikey doesn't wear a black armband. Andy Singer died? Holy shit. Wow, did he die today, man? Wow. That's he was a force to be reckoned with. Amigo, there you go. Anybody want to sell MPD8 at MPD6 price? Good luck, man. But you got $15,000 to spend on a DAC? Guillermo, the flak is always heaviest over the target. Yeah, if you're noticing constant attacks coming at you from all sides, chances are you're closer to success than you may think. Dude, it's not the first time. I'm used to it, bro. I mean, I don't know. People, I make things look too easy. I'm too nonchalant. I'm too like whatever, but it's just, I don't know what it is. I'm for some reason, this guy is a threat to people. I have no idea why. I completely appreciate you, Mikey. Too many crooks in the hi-fi industry. Thanks, Leo. Appreciate that, man. David, have you had a chance to try the Puritan PS 106 DC? It would help out on audio space. Yeah, I mean, those things are great, man. Any of the Puritan is good. So even the small ones, they're very good. With square rooms that I've worked on, if you're not doing near field, you will need an equalizer. Could be, but really, what about room nodes? What about reflection? What about the standing waves? So that's not EQ. That is room treatment. There's certain things you cannot EQ out of the room. Did you just sell them? Yes, I did just sell them. Any idea what shipping to Texas would be on the 3.7i and the sock styles back on? No, I'm not going to put I'm not it has my own sock on. I bought socks from Magnapan, and then I put I took the normal Magnapan baffle, which is MDF, and then they cover it, and then they have two styles. The styles are off. I took a piece of plywood, Baltic birch, with finished on one side with maple, and I cut it out, had it cut out to match the Magnapan baffle. I sandwiched them together to make a double thick baffle, so more energy comes into the room. They are bolted together, and then on the edges where you'd normally see an exposed edge because it's plywood, I put C-channel aluminum, highly polished. Well, it's not. It needs to be. It's almost highly polished, but it's polished aluminum channel. You can make it mirror if you want to, going down both sides, and maple, and they're gorgeous. And then I have white steel stands on the back that go up that make it doesn't wobble at all. So shipping on those together in Texas in the box would probably be $600. So, and it would go on a pallet, and it would come freight. Zipper Slawak, depending on the use case, if you want to use HQ player to convert to DSD24 and use Pontus and OS mode, then potentially Pontus, but for normal use case, DAC 07. Yeah, who knows? I mean, that sounds like a lot of shit to make a cheap DAC sound good. You could just go with, I mean, how much is Pontus? $700, something like that, you know? And I just, I've talked to too many people. That shit has to go back for repair to Texas, and it's some guy in Texas doing the repairs. And I mean, they come DOA sometimes. You inspired me to check out all the TAD offerings on display at Expona. Cool, man. Thought they sounded a bit thick, muddy. To be honest, maybe the electronics are the room or your ears, they are not thick and muddy. If you were at the back of the room, you may have been getting where the standing waves are, where the bass was collecting at the back of the room. If you're against the wall at the back of the room, it's going to be, that's how it sounds all the time. If you're at the back of the room and that's just what you're going to get in a hotel room. So yeah, I would say the room. I think returns is better sound per dollar spent. It's better sound per dollar spent. Returns. I don't know what you mean. Uptown Reef, I also didn't like the TAD rooms at Expona. That's weird. I got thumbs up from, in fact, I sold the CE1 TX after somebody went to Expona. They liked it so much. So maybe you just don't like the brand. Not talking about monetary return, talking about enjoyment. Okay. So, well, now I mean, I don't know how to answer that. So if you're talking about enjoyment, you absolutely get more, so in the case of playback designs, that's the easiest thing that I can say. Okay. So it's $24,000 DAC. Okay. You may think, oh my God, that's so much money. Right. But if you take all the DACs that you buy during your lifetime and you sell them, you buy them, sell them, buy them, sell them, how much money you've lost on every one. If you would have just bought a $24,000 DAC at the very beginning, you'd probably be out better. This DAC, as if you compare it to, say, like we compared it to the Rossini Apex, and that was, I think that was even more money. It's a very slight sonic difference. So someone might say, oh, diminishing returns, you don't get a much of a difference. I can't hear much of a difference. So it's a slight hearing difference, but the difference, that little difference that you get pushes you over a cliff into a completely new realm. So it's like one small step for man, one giant step for mankind. It's that kind of thing. It's this much better, but it's the difference between sounding reproduced and sounding completely visceral, natural, organic, and real. So is it so what is that worth to you? If it's in results, it's priceless, because it takes away audio anxiety. Now you're connecting to the music. Now you're not analyzing what it sounds like. That is such a drag. If you are listening every day and your mind is always thinking about what it sounds like, you're suffering. Okay? You are suffering, and that sucks. I thought that was part of the game. I thought that I had to always be changing things and making these incremental changes, and then I would never get there. the Playback Designs MPD8 put me over the line. Now I don't care anymore. Now I don't care what format it is. I don't care about, like he was talking about, HQ player, do the conversion, do this and make it native. Bullshit, man. I don't need any of that. Play 1644 PCM and throw it into the MPD8. It's going to convert it to DSD, and it's going to sound like the best 1644 you've ever heard. So, what I think you need, David, is somebody that can advise you well and get you what you're after. If you don't know what you're doing and you're shooting in the dark and you're just buying stuff based on the reviewers that say everything's the greatest thing, their new thing is always the best thing. The latest thing they have is the best they've ever heard. It's just amazing. And it's unbelievable. Giant killer, all this other bullshit. That's the kind of bullshit that we get, You need a good consultant, somebody that can sell to you, that guarantees your results. They don't guarantee that it just is not DOA, that it works. They guarantee that you shit yourself. Okay, that's my guarantee. My guarantee isn't that it just works in your room. My guarantee is that you freaking shit yourself at how good it sounds. Okay, if you don't shit yourself at how good it sounds, you get all your money back. No questions asked. Okay, that's how confident I am in my ability to get you what you need. I've been doing this long enough. I know what tricks to pull out, not tricks, but in my bag of tools, right? Like what gear to get you based on consulting with you and finding out what you like. Then I know exactly what to send you. I know exactly what to sell you. And I have different things for different people for different results, depending. Okay. So you need to, at some point, look, some people just need to be in control and they can't give up the reins and they need to make all the decisions and all that shit. If you come to me and you trust me and you consult with me, I'll take care of you, brother. You don't have to worry about it ever again. Amen to that, bro. My life sucks ass right now because I don't have a system at the moment. To get yourself a tune box, because anything helps. This is an expense, not an investment. Totally. It's a straight expense. Indeed, lots of intangible benefits that are impossible to quantify. Right. They're priceless to me. Yep. Hi-Fi is investment in yourself. Listening to music from my childhood brings back great memories, doesn't it? I can appreciate it more now since I can afford better equipment. Yeah, totally. What's the view on Weiss Helios? Weiss, I don't think I don't know that much about it, man. I mean, it's from Switzerland, so they got that going for them. I haven't heard that it's that great. I don't have people calling me and telling me how great it is. So that's all I can judge it from. I usually can tell because I get a lot of feedback from the field and people tell me how great stuff is when it's great. And when you don't hear anything about a brand, it's because it's not that great. Krell KSA, old school stuff that is still great. Yes, you guys can hear. This is when I ask, can you hear? Yes. Everybody's saying loud and clear, loud and clear. Can hear you both. Any class G amps you can recommend in the 87,000. Yes, everybody can hear. I just picked up a Krell KSA. It's freaking awesome. Yeah, and they're cheap. Get them for $1,500. Yep, can hear Greeny. Okay, we can hear you. Yes. Roger. Mikey for president. If you don't have a system, you get deported. Not funny. Audio connected. Really looking for a class G in between. Okay. Guys are having fun. What does your guest play? Okay. So here we were catching up to where we were before. Eric says the planets by Holst heavy metal in the classical world for sure. Angie says, oh, it's Angie. What's up, Angie? Is Angie with us? That's awesome. I'm so glad to see you. Fanfare for the Common Man is a great choice to start. Cool. Thank you. Leon Fleischer, 2 hands. Oh, yeah, I put that up. Yo, Mikey, no MPD8 at Expona, but there seemed to be the MPD6 or the CD player represented in those rooms that had playback designs, components, all sounded great. Thanks, Lowell. I'm sure that thanks for the feedback. Playback Designs at this point is not seeking dealers. They're not seeking more sales. As crazy as that sounds, we're sold out in advance. I have one left. I've got 6 pieces coming in July, first week in July, 5 of them are pre-sold already. I have one left. That's like how it happens. And so they don't want more sales. And Andreas does not want to get a big warehouse and scale it up, man. You know, the guy's already got enough to retire. He's got a house in Switzerland, a house in California. Houses are paid off. You know, he's good, man. He doesn't necessarily need to do this. He does it because he loves to, and this is his thing. So he's not seeking any more sales. That's why you don't see him at the shows, because they're not trying to push it anymore. Bach is metal as you know what. Leon Fleischer, one of my favorites. Cool. Alan was born with 3 hands for clarification, lost the use of one for 30 years and was left with only 2 hands. There you go. That was a great testimonial. Respect. Yeah, thanks, Peter. I'll start doing that more and more. Some of my clients are really good at describing what the MPD8 does, or what I was able to provide for them, way better than I can. And so I'll be bringing Brent on from Alabama, who got the MPD8 recently, and he's got 150 grand into his Kronos rig. And I called him recently after 30 days of him having the new MPD8 in, and he said, Mikey, I've had to, I'm trying to improve my Kronos now. That's how close it is to his analog rig. It's close enough that he's like, holy shit, I gotta step up my analog game. So now that, you know, he's going for a higher end cart, and he's looking for all this stuff to try and bring his analog up, because the Delta just got shrunk by a huge amount. So thanks. The dynamics are hard with panels. That is true. Yes. The throw of a speaker makes all the difference. That's to have Braves until they broke it in and try some different placements. Yeah. I can go there and make them disappear. They absolutely disappear. I have a pair of 570s in my room right now, completely vanished. It's funny. I love it when speakers do that. Can we get a link to some music of Greeny's orchestra? It's the Portland Symphony. So just look up on Google Portland Symphony Orchestra and you'll find him. I don't know the link, but he's got some. No audio. Okay, so you guys are talking about Greeny's and his last thing he didn't have. Bang the drum, Greeny. You know it. Okay, love my DAC 07. Okay, so here is Tommy from down in Florida, man. Glad you could join us. He loves his DAC 07. Tommy was a tough customer. He's got good ears. He's got clients around him, or people around him, that have more expensive stuff, don't you? Didn't you guys compare it to some things, man? And right. Okay. I'm glad we got Tom, because Tom's buddy, Magnet Man. What is it? David, man. I'm drawing a blank. Tom just basically told his buddy how great his 07 was. And he called me up, and it's David, right? He called me up and bought one and was like, that's the guy that said it beat the Denafrips Terminator. So yeah, DAC 07 with the WBT RCA plugs, crazy upgrade. There's Alan. Alan bought a DAC 07. He's up in Washington or in Maryland. Hey, Mikey, I got a playback MPD8 because of you. All right. Best DAC I've heard. Have you tried USB ×4? You mean DSD ×4? Does it help improve the sound? I'm going to have to take a picture of this. And what country are you in? And let's see, I will put this. What country are you? Tell me what country you are in. Because I would like to tell Andreas where you are from. Hey, tribe, what's up? Shane. Shane has an MPD8. Yo, Shane. Yeah, heavy room treatment. Hey, what's up, Danny? I'll see you, Shane. Good to see you, bro. You too, Daniel. Yes, absolutely, Mikey. Couldn't agree anymore with that statement. You're actually saving money. You are. You just go deep, spend the money, and then you never have to worry about it. Shane, your last video I saw helped me realize I don't have to spend a shit ton of cash to get into hi-fi. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's true. You don't. Alan H, but XLR is better on DAC 07. Yeah, I've heard both sides. Some people like XLR, some people like RCA. Hey now, friend of the devil. Hey now. Bottoms up from your friendly neighbor to the north. Chris. Oh, is this Chris? So I see a Canadian maple leaf right up there, right? Is that what you got there? Are you in Maine or something? Is that a Maine maple leaf? Because you got some maple syrup. Let's see. I jizz myself after buying from Mikey. I'll work up oi shitting myself. I'll work up oi shitting myself, I guess. Yeah. So, okay. So Chris was just saying, I was saying, I guarantee you shit yourself. He jizzed himself. So I think jizzing yourself is a little better than shitting yourself. So, I'll one of the two. You'll either jizz yourself or you shit yourself. One of the two. I'll guarantee it. Too much fun making my own hi-fi mistakes. Well, then knock yourself out, bro. I got a bunch of used stuff to sell you. Standalone streamer on Ion DAC preamp you recommend. Standalone streamer on Ion CD DAC preamp you recommend. Oh, yeah. The Meitner NS1. That's the one that I like. Thanks, brother. Talk soon. All right, David. Take care, man. Holler anytime. Absolutely, Daniel. There's a lot of confusion thrown at people in this hobby. Just enjoy the music, buy your hi-fi, using your brains, not what everybody else is telling you, and trust good people. Yeah, totally. Jamming to Government Mule. Are you really, Kevin? I didn't know you were ahead, brother. Oh my God, dude. I got to spark up a joint with Kevin if he's listening to Government Mule. Oh, that's funny. I don't even smoke herb anymore, but if I met Kevin and he had one, I think I'd have to partake in the sacrament just because I'd have to, just for posterity. I'm waiting for my MPD8 in July. Okay, so Dan, are you on the list, Dan? We put it on the side burner bed, but buddy, I don't think I have you locked and loaded, brother. You better get with me tomorrow and let's make sure you're on the list and locked and loaded because they're quickly running out. What's up, G? What it is? Dragon Mist? Swirling Dragon Mist. Sounds like my farts, man. You mentioned you were going to listen to some Alcivox. I did. Did I end up listening to them? I have not heard them with MPS 8. So not with MPS. I listened to it with MPD 8. MPS 8 is the all-in-one, and they dumb it down. I hate to use that term because it's still a killer DAC, but it's not what the MPD 8 is. I did listen to Alcivox. However, the customer that I was listening with, the client, had very sensitive ears, so he didn't listen at the volume that I would like to listen to. And next time I go back there, I'm going to ask if he could I'll ask him politely if he can step out of the room so I can juice the speakers because I want to see what they have with some juice in them. All I was able to do was listen to them in very delicate way, which was nice. And there was killer nuance, but I couldn't hear if they had balls or not. And that's what I wanted to know. So next time I will. But Alcivox sounded very clear. That's all I can tell you. I did not get to turn them up, and I wanted to hear what kind of oomph do they have, and I have not been able to assess that yet. So what I would consider replacing my push-pull KT88 with solid state, but can't decide or determine what I need to get similar sound signature for used less than 10K. What brand should I be considering? Oh, that's the 10K used Class A, CLASSE. What else? Edge Audio, EDGE. Find an Edge Audio. That's a sick ass amp. And it's liquid. Plinius, I think, is pretty solid. Let me ask Shane. Shane, how's Plinius, bro? You're down in Oz. Tell me about how Plinius is. I've often wondered. That might be another one. Old Mark Levinson might be good. Old Krell, KSA, like somebody was saying, KSA 150. Pretty killer. I just saw Steve Hackett live playing whole early Genesis Foxtrot album and still sounding epic. Cool. Gonna get me a small system while I save up to build my big boys. Nice. There you go. Charles, I compared the DAC 07 to the Terminator. The 07 stayed, the Terminator left. There, Charles is telling us, look, man, you guys have it right here. Compared the DAC 07. He's the second guy who compared DAC 07 to Terminator, and the Terminator went bye-bye. And we're talking about a $2,700, $2,500. Look, it already went. Your review just made it go up $200, dude. Oh, that's funny. $2,500 DAC compared to a $6,500 Chi-Fi DAC that's supposed to be so cool and the fat and such a good deal. And I got a $2,500 Danish DAC that's whooping its ass. You know, someday you guys will get it. But hey, you can sell your Terminator and make money and then buy the DAC 07. Sonus Faber SE17, Jay's new speakers. Maybe another Mikey and Jay collab in the works. Enjoyed those vids. Yeah, it was fun. You know, I don't know what Jay kind of went a different way and got all serious or something. I wanted to keep doing shit where we were opposites, you know. I don't think he got that. He got offended when I didn't like the sound of his shit when I went over. Again, somebody got threatened that I would hurt the sales of what was in his room, and which he sells. Everything that he's got in there is something that's for sale. And so he thought it was going to hurt his sales, so he got upset, and you know, I should have helped his sales. But I'm like, you know, dude, some people are going to like Wilson regardless of what it sounds like. They just want it to display it, you know. And we should be different. We should be opposites. And we should make fun of each other. We should slam each other. I think that's our relationship. We should be friends in real life, and we should slam the shit out of each other online. It would be fun, but nobody. I don't think people. I don't know. I have to find somebody else to do that with. But anyways, so Mussorgsky's Pictures and Exhibition is best classical I've seen at live at World Class. My Symphony had a huge standing ovation, dramatic ending. Yeah, that is pretty cool, especially when they use pipe organ for that. It's intense, man. That's such an interesting. The Nomus, you know, is like such an interesting. It's such like visual music. You know, you listen to it. What he's talking about, Michael, is listen to Mussorgsky's Picture and Exhibition, and it's like a full story. It's funny because you know, as a little kid, you sort of you're kind of sometimes your first experience with classical music is Bugs Bunny, right? Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd, you know, killed a wabbit, and then like when Bugs is doing the opera and shit and being the conductor, you know. So when I hear it now, I see little visions of Bugs Bunny and cartoons and little rabbits scampering around and butterflies and shit like that. It's funny what I see, all the way to like heavy duty, you know, scary shit, you know. But Pictures and Exhibition, very visual and interesting piece. Super cool. I'll smoke a joint with you, Mikey. There you go, man. We'll smoke it. We'll smoke the wampum, right? Like the peace pipe, man. We can go in a sweat lodge, bro, and we'll do a sweat. You sent me an invoice for the MPD8, right? But I thought you, I don't think you ever put any money down in it, did you, Dan? I thought you said I'm going to hold off on MPD8 and I'm going to get the Jeff Rowland 555 instead. I thought you changed from MPD8 to 555. But if you're still in the pocket for MPD8 and you paid your down payment, then holy shit, I don't remember. I thought I canceled that invoice. I thought you told me cancel it. I don't have a down payment invoice sitting in my invoices. If you need me to send you one, let me know and I'll send it, and then you can pay on it and then you're in the pocket. But until I get a down payment, nobody get, you know, and I thought you said cancel it. I'm getting in the amp instead. So let's talk tomorrow, man. We'll get it straightened out. Yo, Mikey, you ever heard of the Golden Ear Triton's opinion? I've heard of Golden Ear, but I don't know anything about them. I've seen them. I just don't know anything. I'm sorry. Mikey's in South Korea. Annyeonghaseyo. USB X4 is Playback Design's accessory that connects from a USB streamer and converts to glass fiber to the MPD8. Yes. Okay. I got that. Like, what did is that what you did? Let me see what I have to look back at my pictures and see what I said there. I got a Playback MPD8. Yeah, so you got the DAC. USB X4 is the accessory that connects from a USB stream and converts to glass fiber to the end. That is correct. Yes, I don't know. Was that a question? Was it? I don't know. Swirling Dragonist. South Korea, that's cool. Dude, I had bulgogi 2 nights ago. You know, I actually I didn't have bulgogi. My girlfriend had japchae, and I had kimchi jjigae, and then we had mandu as an appetizer, and banchan, of course, love banchan, and what was the other? Oh, we had tofu, so we had sundubu. It was good, man. It was great. I love Korean food. Forget about it, dude. I mean, I need to have Korean food every so often. And all that fermented stuff is good for the gut. Primare has sounded awesome to me. Yeah, same here. I've heard nothing but good stuff about Primare. Price of Mac 07. You mean DAC 07? $2,500. Yeah, DAC. $2,500. You can get it right on my website. I have them right now. I could ship one to you tomorrow. They were pre-sold. I did not. You used to have to wait for them. Finally, I got I had 12 orders. I can only get them 3 or 4 at a time because they're handmade. So if you want one, I've got 2, I think, right now left. GSP just came back from Seoul and Ulsan, long haul back. Yeah, man, I like Seoul. It's cool. Damn, a DAC 07 killed a Terminator. I wonder what the audio analog will do to a Holomé. That would be interesting. You want to check it out? DAC 07 also kills May in normal use case. Okay, well, there it is. Zipper. Thanks, buddy. Not sure if audio analog is better than DAC 07 in terms of sound. I don't either. You know, I haven't taken the time to really compare them. The DAC 07, I've got great feedback from it. I don't know. All I can tell you for sure is that the DAC 07 has more features. Okay, so it's like, let's say they're the same sound, then one has a headphone output and a volume control, and you can and a Bluetooth, and like it has more features. So if you want something with more features, but make no mistake, the audio analog is a freaking phenomenal sounding DAC. So if any of you all want one, let me know, and then you can try it, and then we can talk about it here. Shane Lee and Gene De La Sala have a one-on-one session from a few years ago where they roast each other in that warmly endearing way you just mentioned. That's fun shit. Like, I'd love to do that. Hell yeah, bro. We will have our own powwow. You know it, brother. Nope. I paid and waited for JR 555. I canceled the streamer. Paid and waited for JR 55. Okay, so we'll straighten it out tomorrow. We'll straighten it out. I don't think I have your invoice in my little queue of invoices, but I better put it in tomorrow. Golden Ear is connected to Polk Audio. I think could be. Hey Joe, what is your take on T+A equipment? I don't know. I haven't really formed an opinion. I think it's probably okay. It's not in my bag of tricks. You know, it's not in my toolbox. It was not enough to make me want to carry it. So let's put it that way. I tend to think it's kind of like the real analytical type stuff, if I'm not mistaken, that it's very accurate. And that may not be my cup of tea so much. Best Korean place in Atlanta. Oh, for what? Which for what, man? You go one place for galbi, you go one place for Deji, you know, you go one place for galbi, you know, barbecue. So we've got a couple. Honey Pig is the place where you go for the pig. We've got Tofu Village up here, which is great for the soups. And they make their own tofu there. It's phenomenal. And then there's a place on Jimmy Carter for the barbecue. I'd have to look it up again. I know exactly where it is, but I can't remember the name. Dumb question. Have you heard Clips Cornwall? What are your thoughts on that speaker and Clips heritage in general? Good stuff. It's a great way to, especially with the vintage ones, it's a great way to get a high efficiency speaker for little money. Is those old Cornwalls. Look on freaking Facebook Marketplace. You'll find them for like $1,000 or $2,000, man. Totally worth it. Bluetooth for the win. Yeah, it's very, very convenient. Am I going to be adding any new companies to my smorgasbord? Yes, I will. Hi-Fi Gear, and I don't talk about them until after I've sussed them out. What amp do you recommend for teals under 10K used is okay? I'd say a Corel KSA 150, or a Edge. I do Edge over Edge Audio, EDGE. Find one of those puppies. What do I use for my Rune Core? My desktop. Okay. Well, it looks like we're getting to the end of the questions. What was there any? There was a topic that I was going to talk about that I have in my description that I can't see right now. I don't feel like talking about it. I'm talked out, man. Hour 36. I'm going to run. I've got a new video for you guys tomorrow. So if you want, come and contact Mike at 11 Stereo via phone for free consultation if you're looking to purchase hi-fi gear. Give this a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up as a way to support this content. Let me know you love me. That is it. So that's that. I am going to run thoughts on what? Certain Vegas. I don't know what that is. I have no idea. Certain Vegas. Serwin. Oh, Serwin Vega. Yeah, you get a lot for your money. You took them out like the red rings. Those were all right. So my question is, does USB X4 improve sound? Yes, it does. Have I tried it out? Of course I have. I've got one. Was wondering if you sell it. Yes, I do. Thanks. Love the channel. You bet. Yeah, I sell it. I've sold it to several customers now. They say absolutely improved. They put it between their streamer. And these are guys that use, that are not using the Playback Designs streamer. They're using whatever they have, and they're using USB to the playback. And then they put it through the Stream X, the USB X4. And everybody so far has been thrilled. They say absolutely better, no question, quieter, better soundstage, blah, blah, blah. It does improve it. It's worth it. $3,000. For somebody just getting into classical, Vivaldi's Four Seasons is still safe entry. Right. Serwin Vega, good for the money. Going for Karina in Atlanta when going down for Santana and later. Where are you coming to Santana? Where? Here? I'm going to Florida for Santana. I have to look up and see if they're coming here. I'll go see Carlos. Counting Crows, and later Alan Parsons Project. That sounds cool. Well, holler when you come down to Atlanta, bro, and we'll hang out. You come by and listen, and just look for my number on 11 Stereo. Good night, Charles. Duluth. Okay. Do you live in Duluth? Or you're or what? Either way, just holler at a brother. 40. Well, just find my number. You're from Greenville. Okay, cool, man. Well, you're close enough. Come on down and hang out, bro. We'll listen to audio and we'll eat some good food and everything else. All right, everybody, got to run. Look for my video tomorrow. I'm making a vid. All right, see you. Peace, love, and happiness.